Okay, so the first thing you need to know is it is not like Lord of the Rings at all.
Okay.
And I mean like at all. It's basically a history book.
Well, that sounds interesting.
You say that now, but trust me, it's not.
It's not?
No, I mean it is, don't get me wrong, but only if you have an appreciation for... It's just that I don't really think that you necessarily could...
You don't think I could what?
I don't think you would get it. I mean, there's so many names to keep track of. The first time you get into it, you feel totally lost.
I'm sure I could get through it.
Yeah, but when I say it's rough, it's not just like a little bit rough. It's like 400 pages of 30 grit.
Really?
Reading it feels like hauling yourself upwards through a thicket of tangled briars, or like dragging yourself through a stinking swamp full of rotting corpses.
There's no way it's that bad.
It's literally like that scene in the Neverending Story where that kid is dragging his horse through a swamp, and the horse starts sinking into the mud, and the kid is like, Artax! Artax, no! And he's like pulling on the reins, and the horse just keeps sinking deeper, and he's like, Artax! Artax, you have to keep moving or you'll die! Artax! Artax! That's what reading the Silmarillion feels like, except the swamp is all the character names you have to remember, and the horse is your will to live.
Okay, don't you think that feels a little dramatic?
But here's what I'll say. If you really are serious about this is what I recommend. Get out an A4 sheet of paper, fold it thrice to form a trapezoid, and then on the left side of one side of the trapezoid, write down all the names of the sons of Feanor.
What?
And then on the back of the trapezoid, draw a map of Beleriand and label it with the Quenya names of all the 17 most important cities, and then fold the trapezoid into a circle.
No, what? I'm not doing all that.
Well, this is what you gotta do if you want to keep track of the story. Now, to be fair, some people have other methods that involve printing out the Tangwar alphabet and then writing the name of each chapter of the book on the vertices of an A2 icosatetragon.
I'm not doing all that.
Also, you should probably memorize the genealogies before starting the book, but be sure to remember that Tolkien has at least 5 different names for every character and that he will switch between the names without warning.
I feel like you're being way too intense about this.
And then make sure you have color-coded sticky notes of at least 25 different hues and matching highlighters so you can remember which character said what on which page and which character has interacted with which other characters.
Okay, dude, stop. Enough. You people always act like the Silmarillion is some arcane Necronomicon that you need a PhD in medieval English literature to understand. It's just a book, right? I've read Thucydides and Procopius and War and Peace. It can't be that bad.
Well, did you read it? Yeah. And
it was good. I really enjoyed it. It's like a big compilation of myths and stories and lore. Maybe a little dry at times, but not that hard to get through at all.
$10, you couldn't even tell me what Caranthir's father name was.
I mean, is that really that important?
Hey, what are you guys talking about? Hey, dude, stay out of this. We're having a private conversation. Talking about the Silmarillion?
Like you would understand.
What?
You know, I've actually been considering reading it myself. Okay, I see how it is. You think you're ready to just undertake the quixotic task of reading the Silmarillion, do you?
Yeah.
And what exactly makes you think that you are worthy to understand it? That book is punishing. It is brutal. You practically need a PhD in medieval English literature just to understand the mythological references.
What are you doing?
It is so tortuous. It is so redundant. It is so agonizing. You will never get past chapter 14 of Beleriand and its realms. Give up while you still can.
Okay, fine. Be like that. I don't need your encouragement anyway.
Dude, what was that?
What was what?
You were just doing the same thing I did when I introduced the Silmarillion to you. 5 seconds ago, you were talking about how easy it was for you to read.
It was easy to read. Then why did you say all that?
I mean, chapter 14 is really boring.
Right? So boring.
Ugh, and I cannot keep track of all the Finways.